Good morning and welcome to day 24 of your 30-day yoga challenge. We will be going through a Vinyasa flow this morning. So before we start, there's just a few props that we'll need. So we will need a strap or the strap equivalent, so either a dressing gown tie or a belt or a scarf. And then also 2 blocks or the equivalent of 2 blocks. So it's still a little bit early, so for those who have joined, just make sure that you've got those props. So yes, so either two blocks or block equivalent, and then one strap and one strap equivalent. So be creative, and then we'll come back and meet on our mat in a kneeling position. If this is uncomfortable, in your knees, your ankles, and of course please do come to a cross-legged position or something that's comfortable for yourself. And we will start our practice in a moment. Just checking. Okay, so as always, just listen to your body throughout practice. We've got some core strength work today, some twists, some lower body strength as well. So if anything doesn't feel right, then please either come out of it or modify and go with how your body is feeling today on the mat, how it's arrived. It may feel different to how it felt yesterday, and it'll probably feel different to how it feels tomorrow, but get working with what you are feeling today. So when we're ready, coming to our kneeling or cross-legged position, and then bring the backs of the hands down to the thighs with the palms facing up, and just allow the elbows to soften. So no force in how the hands are sitting, just opening the palms out to start receiving practice, start receiving whatever comes up for you today. And then closing down the eyes, and then have a sense of grounding down. So your legs are heavy, the hips are heavy, the shoulders are heavy. Think about this length through the spine, so nice and long, but obviously following the spine's natural curvatures. And then a very gentle tuck of the chin to bring length to the back of the neck, and the crown is drawing up towards the ceiling. A little broadening through the chest, and just taking a moment to pause, arrive, settle in this pose. Good. Especially early in the morning, we want to ease into our practice, no forcing the body, just a gentle awakening. And start connecting to the breath. So taking the breath all the way from the belly to the chest. And then we're going to come to our Ujjayi breath, which is a constriction of the glottis, so the back of the throat. And this creates an audible oceanic-like sound. So it's the feeling of misting up your glasses or a mirror. So as we inhale, take a deep breath in. And then exhale, you make this sort of audible sound by constricting the back of the throat. So just a few more rounds, calming the nervous system, using the lungs to their full capacity. Good. Then when you're ready, return to your normal natural breath. slowly opening the eyes, interlacing the hands, and then inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Press through the palms of the hand, find that lovely length, and then exhale over to the right. So keep the left shoulder drawing back, the right shoulder drawing forward, slightly opening through the left side waist. Good. Inhale to center, exhale to the left. Good. One more time, either side. Inhale to center, exhale to the right. Good. Inhale to center, exhale to the left. Good. Inhale to center, and then floating the arms down beside you. So coming into our little twist here. So right hand to the outer left thigh. Left fingertips behind you, or just to the outer edge of the left hip. Inhale to find that length, and exhale, twist to the left. So just be mindful, this is our first twist. So the left shoulder is soft, and the micro bend in the left elbow, growing tall through the spine, and almost lead with the chest rather than the head. Good, maybe close your eyes if that's comfortable. Nice. On your next inhale, come back to center. Pause here. Good. And then left hand outside of the right thigh, right fingertips behind. Inhale, exhale. Twisting. Good. Staying tall through the spine. The chin almost stays in line with the chest, so we're not taking the head back at this point. We're still opening, we're warming up, so just not forcing the body here, just a gentle ease. Good, and then come back to center. Okay, so working through our head and our neck mobility. So draw the chin in towards the chest. Pause here, closing the eyes. So you may feel this anywhere as low down as the mid-back, across the shoulders, the neck. Good, and then draw the chin towards the left underarm and pause here. Good, and then slowly left ear to left shoulder, opening through the right side neck. And we gently take the head back with control. As we take the right ear to the right shoulder. And then draw the chin towards the right underarm. And the chin towards the chest. Good. One more like that to the left. Pausing in each part. Opening up through the different muscle fibers of the neck. Getting everything nice and open. Really important after we've had a nice rest. Good. And then taking two seconds towards the right in your own time. Same format, so we pause, maybe close the eyes, we allow the head to come back, maybe noticing any clicks or pops this morning. They always seem louder when it's in our neck. Good, and then once you finish your two, bringing the head back to neutral. Okay, so taking your strap, just working a little bit into the shoulders. Of course, if this is starting to become uncomfortable, then lift up onto your knees here, okay? So lengthening the strap out, and we want the strap to be taut, so the distance of your arms is going to depend on how open you are on your shoulders, any impingement, any restrictions. So we want to keep the strap taut, and what we're going to do is, if I just demonstrate first, we're going to start down here. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to draw the arms behind you. Good. So you want to keep the belly in, spine straight here. It's very easy for the ribs to flare. Good, draw everything in. So you want to feel, where you want to feel is a little bit of a resistance here as we take the arms back. Good, inhale. Exhale. Nice, inhale. And exhale. Good, just a few more. Keep the belly drawing in. Just easing, mobilizing through the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. One last roll. Good. Now release the strap to one side. Just give your arms a little bit of a shake. Good. So we're going to come into our tabletop now. So just move the strap, my mat a little bit further back. I don't think you'll see me otherwise when we're standing. So coming to bring to your hands and knees and stacking the wrists underneath the elbows, underneath the shoulders, and the knees underneath the hips. Okay, so as we inhale, tilt the pelvis, belly lowers, chest draws through, taking the gaze up. Exhale. Good, so use the whole length of your breath. Moving as quickly or as slowly that feels right for you. Good, feel around. Next inhale, come back to your tabletop and then come in some little hip circles, one way, freeing through the hips, maybe some figure of eight, and then taking hip circles the other way. Just make sure that whatever you do, the body is balanced, so you do the same one side as you do the other. Just get those hips nice and free and moving. Once you feel balanced, then pause in your tabletop. Good. So I'm just moving this a little bit further back so you can see. There we go, that should be a little bit better. Okay, so from our tabletop, we're going to come to our downward facing dog. So tuck the toes, lift the hips, coming nice and high. Good. Shoulders soften away from the ears, and then just start pedaling through the feet. So our first down dog, not forcing the body here, just working dynamically through the backs of the legs. Head and neck are soft. Good. Maybe come on the tiptoes, bend the knees deeply. Do whatever feels good for your body this morning. Shoulders are softening away from the ears. Good. And then pause and come to stillness. Inhale, wiggle forward to plank. Squeeze the belly. Good. Pause in your plank here. So we're going to come, if you need to, come down to your knees. You can do exactly the same on your knees. But hands are stacked underneath the wrists are underneath the elbows, underneath the shoulders. Tuck the tailbone under slightly. Press into the hands so we get almost an angry cat through the shoulders. Either pause and plank, or we're going to come into our shoulder tap. So here we want to keep the hips as still as possible. There's going to be a little bit of movement, but we want to imagine that we've got a glass on our lower back, okay? So squeeze the glute, squeeze inner thigh, right hand taps to left shoulder and down. Left hand to right shoulder and down. Good, so control both the hand coming up and down. Of course, coming to your knees at any point. So we're trying to avoid the sway. be a little bit, but really keep the belly engaged, glutes engaged. Stay gazing forward. Good, 2 more either side. Good, and then bring the knees down. Come to sit back onto the hips. Good, and just pull, come to sit back on the heels and pause here. Good. So getting our heart rate up, getting that heat in the body. Okay, so coming into our plank to our Hindi squat now. So really thinking about pressing into the hands, lifting through the shoulders. And as we press up from plank, really squeeze the belly in, okay? So get the hips nice and high. So from our plank, good, squeeze the glute. We're going to jump up, hop up, come in your Malasana squat. Belly's active all the time. Good. Step back, squeeze the glutes back in plank. You can, of course, step 1 foot forward and then the other, but just be mindful that whichever you choose, the glutes are active. Good. Jumping forward, squeeze the belly and back. 5 more. Good. 2 more. Good. So we want that control through the core. That's 1. And pause. Squeeze the glutes. Good. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the knees down. Come to a wide leg child's pose. Big toes come to touch. Walk the hands forward. And for this first child's pose, keep the elbows bent and the forearms on the mat. Just find that softness through the shoulders. One more breath here. Good, and then inhale, coming up. So you'll need your block here. So we're going to come high up onto the knees. Take the block to the left-hand side. You might need it on the tall setting or the medium setting. We can play around with that. So the knees are underneath the hips. And then we're going to lengthen the right leg. Bring your hands to your hips for the moment, but bring your right leg out to the side. So the instep of the right foot is roughly in line with the left knee, pressing into the outer edge of the right foot, so we're nice and active through the right leg. Lift the torso through the core, shoulders soften. Good, bring the right hand to the outer edge of the right leg. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Good, breathing here. Active through that left arm. Good, inhale, come to center. Left hand comes to the block. Good, squeeze the right glute, bring the right hand to the right hip, and then start to float that right leg up. So flex the foot, squeeze the glute. Maybe lift the right hand up. You can also play around with catching the right foot, opening the heart, opening the hip flexors, rolling that right shoulder back. Good, but keep the glutes squeezed. Good, we're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing if you've got the foot. Good, gently release the right leg down. So we're coming into our side plank now. So release the block, plant your left hand underneath the shoulder, left hand to right hand to right hip. You can either stay here, think about lifting the hips up, or you can take the left leg behind the right foot, or place the right foot on top of the left foot. Good. Reach the arms up, lift the hips up. Coming into our side plank. Of course, lowering the left knee at any point, squeeze the glutes, stacking the hips on top of each other. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Rolling back to our full plank. Good. And then we're coming through our first flow. Release the knees, untap the toes. Exhaling, lowering down, elbows in. Inhale for a baby cobra, shoulders draw away. Lift the hands, feet press into the mat. Pubic bone presses into the mat as we squeeze the glutes. Exhale to release. Inhale to press back onto the knees. Exhale into child's pose. 2 breaths here. Good. Inhale, coming back up. Coming high onto our knees. Taking the block to the right. Okay, so knees underneath the hips. Lengthen the left leg out. Just check alignment, instep into in line with the right knee. Press into the outer edge of the right of the left foot. Lift through the inner thigh. Squeeze the front thigh and the glutes. Good. Left hand to the outer left hip. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, side bend to the left. Good. So opening through the right side body. Squeeze the glutes. Keep the belly nice and active. Good. Inhale to come to center. Release the right hand down, so maybe take the block to a different setting. Squeeze, left hand to left hip. Squeeze the left glutes and then float the left leg up. Good, a lot of glute strength here, belly's nice and active. And maybe bend the left knee as we catch it and come to a little heart opener. Keep squeezing the glutes. Good, we're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the left leg, left hand to left hip. Gently lower the left leg. Release the block, coming into our side plank. So right hand underneath the right shoulder. Either stay here or coming to the variation of your choice. Good. And then lift the left arm. Squeeze the glutes. The inner thighs are joined together. The belly's active. Keep pressing into the right hand so it's stable through that shoulder. Ready for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Coming back to our plank. Good. Release the knees, untap the toes. Exhale, lower down. Inhale to our cobra. Good. Squeeze the glutes, active through the lower legs. Exhale to release. Inhale to press back onto the knees. Exhale, downward child's pose. Good. One more breath here. Inhale to our child's pose. We're going to tuck the toes under, come to downward facing dog. Good. So soften the shoulders. Just transitioning through downward facing dog before we come to the top of the mat. So bend the knees, gazing forward, walk the feet all the way to the top. Good. Coming into our ragdoll, so feet are hip width distance apart. Deep bend in the knees to allow the belly to rest. Take hold of opposite elbows, allow the head to nod yes and no. Maybe sway gently side to side. Good, and then pause in stillness. Release the hands down. We're going to come to a forward fold with the block in front of us. So place the block in front. Either keep the feet hip width distance apart or heel toe them together so the big toes touch slightly apart the ankles. So inhale for a halfway lift. Find that length through the spine. Shoulders soft, engaging the muscles either side. And then exhale, soften down. Keep a little micro bend in the knee. Crown of the head is heavy with the weight coming forward slightly. Inhale, we've got time to get deeper into these folds. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good, and then taking both blocks, placing them next to each other, And then we're going to step onto the blocks, okay? So we're going to inhale for a halfway lift. The feet are roughly hip width distance here. Exhale, fold down. Good. Bringing the weight slightly forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Good. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale. Inhale this time, bend the knees, arms are heavy. Going to roll all the way up to a standing position. Good, with the head stacking on top of the spine. And then stepping off of the blocks, taking the blocks to the top of the mat. Okay, so keeping the feet hip width distance apart, just come to your Tadasana. So roll the shoulders away from the ears, palms facing forward. Grounding down through the feet, nice and active through the legs, the glutes, the core. Good. As we inhale, we're going to lift our heels, come to our tiptoes as we reach the arms up overhead. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the inner thigh. Good. Exhale with that control, slowly lower the heels down as we allow the arms to float down beside us. Good. 4 more like that. Inhale, really squeeze the glutes, inner thighs together. Belly draws in. Exhale. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Good. So we're going to come through various chair formations here in our flow. So we're going to come into our chair pose. Send the knees, just make sure that the toes are over the knees. Chest is lifted, belly's drawing in, inner thighs are squeezing together. And let's just lift our toes just to make sure that the weight's coming into the hips. Good, and then from here, come high onto the tiptoes. Can we lift the heels up? Good, and can we start sending the hips a little bit lower? Good, with that control. Release the heels down. Exhale to our forward fold. Good. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, release. Step the right foot back, the left foot follows in our plank. Good. Either lower through full plank to up dog or release the knees down. Listen to your body. Good. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg sweeps up, flexing the foot. Gaze forwards, exhale, plant the right foot down. Ground the left foot, squeeze inner thighs, bending into the right knee. Inhale from Virmadrasana 1 or Warrior 1. So our hips are like car headlights, facing the front of the mat. Exhale, float the hands down, step back to plank, come through your Vinyasa. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, left leg sweeps up. Stepping it through. Ground the right foot, squeeze the thighs, inhale. Good, so pressing into the outer edge of the right foot. If this is uncomfortable, then of course, come to the toes of the ball of the right foot. Up to you, where, listen to your hips. Exhale, float the hands down, step back to plank. Come through your Vinyasa. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale here and exhale. Inhale. At the bottom of the exhale, walk, step, float lightly to the top of the mat. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale for your forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, release the hands through heart center. Good, 1 more like that. So we're going to come to our chair pose. Inhale. Good. Make sure that we can see the toes, the weight's coming into the heels. Find that length, belly's nice and active. Maybe come to the tiptoes. Nice and active through the glutes. Start sending the hips down a little bit, really loading those front thighs. Deep hip flexion here. Release the heels down. Exhale to our forward fold. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale, walk back, step back to plank or hop back to chaturanga with bent elbows. Coming through your vinyasa. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, right leg sweeps up, flexing the foot. Step the right foot forwards. Inhale, come to our Virabhadrasana 1, our warrior 1. Active through the back leg, scissoring the inner thighs together, squeeze the glutes. Exhale. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, left leg sweeps up. Exhale, step the left foot forwards, ground the right foot. Inhale, come up to your version of warrior 1. Exhale, step the flip hands down. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, through your vinyasa. Inhale, downward facing, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale here. And exhale. Inhale. At the bottom of the exhale, walk, step, float lightly to the top of the mat. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, release down. Good. Inhale, come all the way up, maybe come to baby back bend. Exhale, release the hands through your heart center. Good, and pause here. Now's quite a good time to take on some water. Good. Before we come through to the other side. Our second part of our class. Okay. So here you might need your strap. We're going to come through like a lunge flow to warrior 3 and then coming through to our dancer's pose. Okay, so when you're ready, coming to the top of the mat. Big toes come to touch, slightly parting the ankle. If that's comfortable, grounding down through the feet, nice and active through the legs. Front thighs are engaged, glutes are engaged, core is engaged, our bellies. Good. So from here, bring your hands to your hips. We're going to take a big step back with the left leg, okay? Ground the hands down into our runner's lunge. Nice and active through that left leg, squeeze the inner thighs together. Ground the left hand down, either on the palm or the fingertips. Right hand to right hip. Inhale to find that length. Exhale, twist to our twisted runner's lunge. Good, nice and active, squeeze the inner thighs. Exhale, release the right hand down. Inhale, come up to our high lunge. Good. Bring the hands to heart center, transitioning into our warrior 3. So bring the weight forwards, find that balance, left hip internally rotates, flex the left foot. Think cobra with the back, with the shoulders, so chest is broad, nice and active through that right leg. Good, arms float behind. Okay, so working a little bit into our hip flexor strength here. Bend the left knee as we inhale, come upright. Squeeze the left thighs high, as close to your chest as you can. Flex the left foot. Good. Exhale. With that control, coming back into our Virabhadrasana 3. So we're moving with strength. We're moving with control. Belly's active as we inhale. Good. Find that still point to focus on. Exhale. Good. Last time, inhale. We're going to stay up here. Good. And then we're going to come into our dancers from here. So draw the left knee towards the right knee. Right arm stays up, left hand comes to the side. So we're bending into the left elbow and then taking the arm out to the side. Catch the inside of the left foot or the outside, taking the strap if you need to, okay? So inhale to find length. As we exhale, start pressing the foot into the left hand, creating a little back bend. Good. And then allow the upper body to come down. Our right arm is roughly eye height. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale to come up. Good. Then from here, come back to our warrior 3. Step back to our high lunge. Good for our balance here. Exhale, float the hands down. Step back to plank, come through your vinyasa. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. Inhale here. And exhale. Inhale. At the bottom of the exhale, walk, step, float to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, softening down. Inhale, come all the way up. Maybe come to baby back bend. Exhale, release the hands through heart center. Good, then bring the hands down beside you. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit warmer now. Okay, so big step back with the right leg. Good, strong balance, strong through the right leg here. Good, so the hips are almost on railway lines. Frame the hands down around the left foot. So keep that left knee bent roughly over the ankle. Right hand grounds down either the palm or the fingertips. Left hand to left hip. Inhale to find that length. Exhale, twist. Lift the left arm into our twisted runner's lunge. Squeezing the inner thighs together. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ground the left hand. Squeeze the inner thighs. Inhale, come up to our high lunge. Nice and strong here through the back leg. Torso lifts us up. Good. Bring the hands through to our heart center. Transitioning into our warrior 3. And that still point. Internally rotate the left hip. Squeeze the left glutes. Good. Bring the arms down beside you. From here, as we inhale, slowly draw the right leg through. Squeeze the right thigh towards the torso as we reach the arms up. Flex the right foot. Good. Exhale. Keep that belly engaged. Right leg comes back to our warrior 3. Good. Inhale. Reach the arms up. Exhale. Good. Embrace the wobbles. Inhale. Good. Keep the left hand up. Right hand, right hip. Draw the right knee back to meet the left. Bend the right elbow. Bring the arm out to the side. And then catch the right ankle, ideally the inner. It just gives more shoulder rotation, but please just listen to, ideally is the wrong word, sorry. Listen to your shoulders, but you get more rotation through the shoulders if you catch the inner foot. Inhale here. Exhale, press the right foot into the right hand. Lift through the right thigh. Find that back bend. And then allow the upper body to come back, almost like a seesaw. Good. Find that still point to focus on. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly coming up. Release the right foot as we reach the right arm up. Exhale, transition back into our warrior three. Lightly step the right foot down as we sweep the arms up into our high lunge. Exhale, float the hands down, step back to plank. Good, come through your vinyasa. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale here, and exhale. Inhale. At the bottom of the exhale, walk, step, float lightly to the top of the mat. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to release down. Inhale, come all the way up, maybe baby back bend. Exhale, release the hand through heart center. Good. So we're going to take a big step lengthways on the mat. So we're nice and wide here, coming into our forward, our wide legs forward fold. So big toes come in, heels turn out slightly. And bring your hands to your hips. Lift through the kneecaps, bring the weight slightly forwards into the toes. Inhale, lengthen broad through the chest, take the gaze up. As we exhale, lead with the chest, hinge at the hips, folding down. Good, bring the weight further into the toes. Crown of the head is soft, bring the hands down. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bending into the knees, bring the hands to the hips. We inhale, slowly come up. Good, this time, turn the heels in and the toes out slightly. Going to bend into the right knee, lengthen the left leg from here. Right arm lifts up, left arm comes down. Good. Inhale to come up. Exhale to the other side. Active through that extended leg. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe come deeper. Inhale. Exhale. The gaze can either be down or up to the top arm. Listen to the neck. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more time to the left. Exhale. Inhale to come up. Good. Bring the hands to your hips. And then walk the feet a little bit closer. We're going to come to our goddess pose. So thinking about the knees bending, hips coming down. Good. And then just take a little shimmy side to side, just easing into those hips. Good. And then when you're ready, pause. We're going to come into our eagle arms. So bring the arms out to the side. Just make sure that the knees are tracking towards the pinky edges of the feet here. Squeeze the glutes and imagine you're pressing the feet down, drawing the feet together so we're active through the inner thighs. Good. Arms come out shoulder width. Bring the arms to your center as we cross the right arm underneath the left. Either take hold of opposite shoulders, bring the backs of the hands together, or bring the palms to touch. Lift the elbows roughly in line with the shoulders and draw the forearms away from the face. Send the hips a little bit lower. You can either stay here or you can tilt at the hips, rounding over. Good. Using the core with a little crunch. Inhale, slowly come up. Release the arms. And change side. Left arm underneath the right. Good. Come to your choice. Inhale. Send the hips a little lower. Maybe come to that crunch. Squeeze the belly. Elbows towards the belly button. Strong through the legs. Good. Inhale to come up. Release the arms. Press through the feet. Oh, hello legs. Well done. Good. Bring the hands to the hips. And then we're going to step towards the front of the mat. And pause here in your Tadasana. Inhale here. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Opening the eyes. Inhale. Reach the arms up as we exhale. Fold down to our forward fold. Good. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale for that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. This time either step back plank, hop back chaturanga with bent elbow. Good. Inhale, coming to your back bend. Our last flow here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, come high on the tiptoes. Exhale, soften the heels down as we release through the mouth. 2 more. Last one. Release the knees down. Good. And come to a restorative child's pose. So keep the knees to touch. Bring the hands, the arms down beside you as we rest the forehead down. Just ease over that lower back. Inhale here. And exhale. One more breath here. We inhale, slowly rise. We're going to come to sit onto our seat now. So taking your strap and come into a forward fold. So bring the legs out in front of you. Release the flesh parts from underneath the sit bones. Grow nice and tall, flex the feet. And then place the strap around the balls of the feet. So here, find that length. Torso lifts you up. This is our inhale. Exhale, hinge forwards, lead with the chest. Good. So we want to think the chest towards the feet rather than the head towards the knees. Shoulders are soft. Good. Breathing in the backs of the legs. Chin slightly tucked. Good. Inhale to back out slightly. Exhale, maybe find a little bit more depth. We're going to try to encourage that belly to the thigh connection. Chest drawing through. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly coming up, release the strap to the side. Bend the right knee and place the right foot over the left leg. Option, either stay here or bend into, bring the weight to the left, bend into the left knee and bring the right heel, left heel towards the right hip. Good. Just make sure that if you're in this place, we want both hips rooted down. Okay, inhale to sweep the arms up. Exhale, begin to twist and either hug the right knee with the left hand. You can hook the elbow or the arm across. Good, right hand comes behind you. If you have a bind, you can come into the bind where you put the left arm underneath the right knee. Right arm internally rotates, coming behind you to catch the hand. Just listen to the shoulders though. Find length through the spine. Now you can maybe take the head over the right shoulder. Good, we're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently release, coming back to center. And then take the hands the other side, just come to a little counter twist to the left. No force here, just neutralize the spine. Good, and then come back to center. Both legs lengthen out in front. Left knee draws in over the right leg. Maybe bend into the right knee too. Good. Inhale to find that length. Exhale, stop that twist. Right hand either hugs the knee or comes in front of it, outside of it. Left hand behind you. Inhale for length. Exhale to find that twist. Maybe come to that bind this side. Good, staying tall. Maybe take the gaze over the left shoulder. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Gently release. Come to that little counter twist to the right. Nice. And then come back to center. Unravel the legs. We're going to come down to our back. So option here, you can either come through a roll down or come straight down onto your back. We've done quite a lot of core work today, so I don't blame you if you want to come down. I'll guide you through the roll down though. So either bend the knees or lengthen the legs out in front. Reach the arms forward or either up above for a little bit more intensity. Draw the chin in towards the chest, squeeze the belly, lift through the pelvic floor. Round the spine and then placing each part of the spine onto the mat. Keep that core connection. Good. And then when you get down, lengthen the legs, reach the arms up, give yourself a full body stretch. Well done, you've made it onto your back. It's Friday morning, challenging sequence this morning. A lot of core, building heat, heart rate. So well done. Good, and hug the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a little roll side to side. Maybe bring the head up, squeeze yourself into a tiny, tiny ball. Good, and then release the head and neck down. And if you want to come to a happy baby, come into a happy baby before we come into our Shavasana. So I personally prefer keeping my hands on the shins during happy baby, because I still find it works into my hips, finding that opening, but I create less tension in my neck and my shoulders. So just listen to your body. If you're having to reach up with tension, then perhaps keep the feet together or stay where I am with the shins or the backs of the thighs. Good. And then when you're ready, coming into your Shavasana, where we will close down the practice. So either take the legs up the wall, you can also come to your Supta Baddha Konasana, so the soles of the feet, the knees open out. Find your relaxation. Find what is comfortable for you, where you can totally soften, totally relax, not hold on. And then bring the arms down beside you with the palms facing up and create a little gap between the side body and the arms. And then close down the eyes. Feel yourself surrendering into the mat, surrendering physically, emotionally, mentally, and just allow the body to be here in silence. Let it go. Let go of the ways you thought life would unfold, the holding of plans or dreams or expectations. Let it all go. Save your strength to swim with the tide. The choice to fight what is here before you now will only result in struggle, fear, and desperate attempts to flee from the very energy you long for. Let go. Let it all go and flow with the grace that washes through your days, whether you receive it gently or with all your quills raised to defend against invaders. Take this on faith. The mind may never find the explanations that it seeks, but you will move forward nonetheless. Let go, and the wave's crest will carry you to unknown shores, beyond your wildest dreams or destinations. Let it all go and find the place of rest and peace and certain transformation. So I'm going to leave you here in your Shavasana. Stay here as long as you can or you want to. And as always, when you do come out, please come out gently and mindfully. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat this morning, day 24. As it is a Friday, it's a double session today, so I'll be back at 6 p.m. for a yin restorative style. Have a lovely day. Take care and see you soon. Namaste.